Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday night with SD Night! Thank you, computer laughter. Means a lot. Thank you. Yeah, all of the laughter that I have in here is put in through a computer. You can tell because no one's gonna laugh at this joke. Probably because it wasn't funny. Okay, well, this is the first show. Yeah. Making computer cheering. Yeah. Alright. This is our first show, as I'm sure you know, because this is literally the only upload I have. So, in this first show, let me first explain what I'm going to be doing. And let me, before that, explain, I'm wearing a shirt that's twice my size. I have a tie that's twice my size. My pants are twice my size. At this rate, we're going to find out that Donald Trump's tax returns are twice the size of his tiny little hands. Baby hands. There's Donald Trump's hands. Yeah, so Trump has tiny hands, that's the point. So I'm going to be delivering a monologue. This shirt is wrinkly. But I am going to be delivering a monologue every night, or every Monday night, rather, where I'm basically going to be talking about everything that's going to happen in this month. And the monologue is completely improvised. The rest of the show is scripted. Like, I actually have the 8-page script right here. The rest of the show is scripted. This is not. This is, you can tell because I'm not staring at a piece of paper. This is not scripted. The rest of the show is, as I've said twice now, because I'm a great speaker. That's the reason right there. Woo! So, I'm also going to be delivering random news for the week. So, like, for example, Kim Kardashian got another butt implant. I think that happened, because if her butt was any bigger, it would probably explode. And then I'm going to be delivering the main headline. I had to think about that there, because I'm stupid. I'm going to be delivering a main headline in a segment called The Main Headline. I probably could have thought of something better, but I'm lazy. The main headline is going to be covering the biggest story for that week. So in this case, it's Donald Trump's firing of James Comey. For the most Donald Trump reason possible. Got nothing else to say in the monologue, so we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Alright, welcome back, everybody! So, let's get right into the news. There's going to be pictures somewhere on the screen, probably right here because there's the most space right here. So, let's get it. Russian President Vladimir Putin went to play hockey on Wednesday. He took quite a few falls and said to the guy that knocked him over, "Hey, you knocked me over? I have you killed now." The Russian president scored 6 goals and his team won 17-6. Said Putin, "I could see the fear in the goalie's eyes. almost as if I would slit his throat, but who says I wouldn't, right? President Trump fired FBI Director James Comey on Tuesday, saying that he didn't like the way Comey had handled the Clinton email investigation. He also said in the letter asking for Comey's resignation, while I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation. Trump used his own letter asking the FBI director, or telling the FBI director that he's fired to defend his own position. That's like sending your girlfriend a text saying, what? I probably should retake that, but I'm not going to. That's like, for sure I mess up my jokes. I'm glad you're cheering. I'm really glad you're cheering. I'm glad you find my struggle funny. That's like sending your girlfriend a text saying, well, you told me 5 different times that I didn't cheat on you. I feel we need to break up because I cheated on you, baby. A story from Politico says that Trump's lawyers say that there is no income or debt coming from Russia, with a few exceptions. Now that's very interesting wording. That's really interesting wording. The dog didn't pee on our bed, baby. Well, maybe a little bit on your pillow. I knew that one wouldn't get much of a laugh. Education Secretary and woman who eats ramen for breakfast, Betsy DeVos, gave a speech on Wednesday to the historically black Bethune-Cookman University graduation. She was booed to the point where she had more booze than a Russian at a bar who brought his own 6-pack of beer, a whole big case of vodka, and then a whole cart of wine. For reference, here's what that number of booze looks like. And here's Betsy DeVos's booze. Donald Trump's petty preferences in the White House came out on Thursday, and my, is he meticulous. For instance, Trump gets 2 scoops of ice cream with his pie, whereas everyone else at the dinner table gets 1. 1 scoop. 1. Man, I really want to see what those conversations are like. Paul, no, Paul, you don't get 2 scoops, Paul. I don't care if you passed the healthcare bill through the House. Paul, put that Rocky Road down. Mike, stop Paul. He's being very rude. Steve Bannon, stop eating leftovers from the trash. All right, so those were the petty headlines for this week. Another commercial break. There'll probably be a commercial for protecting gay wildlife now. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. All right. Let's get right to the main headline here. This is important. This is really big. So, the biggest story this week, of course, is that Donald Trump fired the FBI director, James Comey. He did this, of course, with the most Trump excuse possible.
The White House says that this dismissal had nothing to do with the investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election, and whether that meddling was designed to help Donald Trump win the presidency. And in fact, they say the president decided a while back that the director had to go, that it had to wait until Rod Rosenstein, the new Deputy Attorney General, was on hand and in office, and that only took place a couple of weeks ago, so he could do an investigation that looked more deeply into how the director had handled the controversy over Hillary Clinton's emails in the 2016 presidential campaign.
Really? Because you didn't like the way Comey handled the Clinton email investigation. Okay, here's how you know that's bull. Trump praised Comey's handling of the Clinton email investigation on the campaign trail time and time again. If you don't believe me, here's proof.
Respect the fact that Director Comey was able to come back after what he did. I respect that very much. And it took guts for Director Comey to make the move that he made in light of the kind of opposition he had, where they're trying to protect her from criminal prosecution. You know that. Good job by the FBI. I have respect that the FBI has given it a second chance.
What a drastic turn of events. That's like saying one day that you love your mom for getting you that iPad that you wanted, but then the next day you hate her for no reason. Now, the president has absolute authority to fire the FBI director if he sees the FBI director as unfit to lead the FBI, or rather to direct the FBI, given the FBI director's title. You know, it's gotta get that wording right. That's not the problem here. The problem is the timing of Comey's firing. A report from CNN came out last week saying that Comey had apparently asked the Justice Department for more resources into the Clinton email investigation. Resources as in money. Money as in something to further the investigation into Russia, into Russian collusion and meddling in the 2016 election. That's the most troubling part of this. The timing is indeed the most troubling part of this. That's like when you get bad grades in school and your principal is about to call home, and so she's found dead the next morning in her office. On January 27th, just 1 week, literally 7 days after Trump was sworn into office, he had dinner with Director Comey. That in and of itself is terrifying. He made Comey eat the meatloaf. He did. True story. Anyone who gets that reference, so despite meatloaf eating, the dinner became more interesting when Trump had apparently asked for Comey's loyalty. To that, Comey said no, and he's loyal to the Constitution. What a huge twist, said one woman. Right there. She's recently come out of the woods, so she's just hearing about this. However, Donald Trump did not stop there. Apparently, 1 week after Trump fired Comey, he had asked Comey to drop the Russian investigation. To that, Comey said, no, and you're going to have to fire me. Oh man, Comey, you had to give that monster an idea. Now look where we are. Trump is going to probably put one of his toadies in charge. You have to admit that the White House can't seem to make up their minds on why Trump fired Comey. First, Trump said the reason was because he didn't like how Comey had handled the Clinton email investigation. Then Trump said that he thought about the Russian investigation when firing. Then the White House said that Trump's decision was influenced by the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein's, it was influenced by Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General. And then Trump said it was all him, contradicting everything I'm so confused that I'm yelling into my script, contradicting everything that the White House has said. It's really difficult to believe anything that the White House says, and that is scary. That is horrifying. They changed their mind more than any administration I've ever seen or read about. They changed their mind more than Gollum on whether to kill Frodo and take the ring or not. Many people, my dad included, think that Trump's firing of Comey will only hasten President Trump's demise. Whether that's true or not, there's no questioning that there is a firestorm going on in the White House. Some senators, Republicans included, is going down when Republicans are doing this. Some senators, Republicans included, are calling for a special prosecutor. If a Republican is calling for a special prosecutor, you know something's going on. There's no going past it. There have also been grand juries convened and warrants. One of those warrants is for a former Trump campaign manager and man who uses heavy metal to sleep, Paul Manafort. On Friday, the FBI raided Manafort's office, and now apparently they're asking for his, Jesus. They're asking for his banking records for further information on the Russian probe. That's the entire script, so what I'm about to say here is completely unscripted. Look, I'm on the front page, nothing on the back. What I'm about to say here is entirely unscripted. This administration is insane. You don't know who to believe, and there's constant lies going on in the White House. Like, just from these guys not making up their mind on why Trump fired Comey, just from that, it's extremely difficult to believe anything that they said because of how many different stories are out. It got so bad that Sean Spicer was hiding in the bushes. Later, the White House made that story, the Washington Post, I believe it was, they made that story, they made a correction saying he was hiding among the bushes, frolicking with birds, most likely, or eating bugs. Just listen to this, and this is serious. You know it's serious if I'm doing it because I'm not a very serious person. You have to admit here that if you're a Trump supporter, you have to admit that there is something weird going on in the White House. Like, whether you think it's the fake news or anything, and you only believe Fox News and Breitbart, you have to admit that something is going on. The White House can't make up its mind on why Trump fired Comey. The White House can't make up its mind on anything. The White House has been proven to hold nothing but lies. That's the end of this show. There's going to be one more commercial break, and I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be just one commercial. Thank you for tuning in this show. Please subscribe, like the video, and there will be another one of these next Monday. And I had a lot of fun writing this script. I can't wait to see what next week's script is going to be like. For Monday Night with SD Knight, I'm SD Knight, and I will see you next Monday. Thanks for watching, everybody.